How's it going, guys? This is Twister and today I'm back with another GTA Online video, and I'm back testing some more cars on this tube race. So a couple of videos ago I actually tested the T20 against the RE7B to see what was faster in these tube races, because I noticed I was always getting overtaken by T20s whilst using my RE7B, even though the RE7B has a higher top speed. So I actually went to test them out in this tube race to see what was actually faster, and it did show that the T20 was faster in these tubes. And I didn't really plan on making this a thing, but you guys seemed to enjoy that video and wanted me to do the same thing for some of the sports cars, so that's exactly what I've done. I've taken some of the top sports cars in this race, 5 laps, see which cars got what times. Now I know this isn't the most scientific way of testing cars in races for GTA, but it does give you a rough idea of how some of the cars do differ in terms of speed when going through these tubes, as I did show with the T20 and the RE7B. So we'll go straight into it with the sports cars. Now first we do have the Feltzer. This got a time of 29.3, which was the slowest out of the ones I tested. I tested the Feltzer, the 770, the Elegy, the Jester Racecar, and the Massacro. Those are kind of the 5 main sports cars that I typically see a lot in races, and pretty much the top 5 in my opinion. So those are the ones I'm testing for this video. And the Feltzer, it did do the worst. It's not got a massive top speed anyway, but especially going through these tubes, it doesn't pick up as much speed as the other supercars was, and that's why it only gets 29.3 on this race. Next up, I tested the 770. This was slightly quicker, 28.6 seconds was the best lap that I got with the 770. And again, just to point out, I did do 5 laps with each of these cars, and then took the best lap time to compare them all with each other in this video. Now the 770, this was actually surprising because I think it has the highest top speed of all the sports cars. It's either the highest or the second highest top speed of all the sports cars, which is why it surprised me. It's a little bit faster than the Feltzer, but it's not as quick as some of the other sports cars that even have a lower in-game top speed. So that was quite surprising. Otherwise, it's a really fast car, but just not in these tubes, not as fast as some of the other top sports cars, as we'll go on to see. Here we've got the Elegy. Now the top 3 are pretty close. The Elegy got a 28.2 second. This one, it felt pretty fast. Again, it must get a lot of speed throughout the tubes because it does actually have a lower top speed than the 770, but going through the tubes it just gains so much more speed, gets a lot of boost when you go high up the tubes and then come back down, it picking up the bumps throughout the tube, which gives your car a massive speed boost, and that's why the LG seems to do pretty well. 28.2 seconds there, obviously pretty OP anyway without getting the crazy speed boost through the tube. Now in the second spot we got the Jester Racecar, and this was a similar story to the LG. It doesn't have a massive top speed, but when you're taking it through these tubes it does get massive speed boosts going up high on the tubes, then driving back down. It's sort of like you're surfing up and down the walls of the tube. Got a 28.1, and out of all the cars I tested, this probably had the most noticeable gain of speed and revs throughout the tubes. It doesn't have a massive top speed in game, but it gains so much speed just like the LG, and I guess that's why it felt so fast. It does get a lot of speed from normal curb boosts as well, and it is a pretty good choice for these tube races. But the overall #1 car for this tube race that I got was the Massacro, and this is only the normal Massacro. I didn't have the Massacro race car, but they are almost identical in terms of car properties. The only difference is a slight increase in traction on the Jester Racecar, but that shouldn't really affect it in this testing. It did get a 28.0, so again, only 0.2 quicker than an LG, 1/10 quicker than a Jester Racecar. Super close. This car does have a pretty high top speed under normal circumstances anyway, and then seems to benefit just enough from the tubes to make it slightly quicker than the other sports cars. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Nothing really too crazy in terms of the results. Maybe you guys will benefit from this information when it comes to selecting some sports cars for stunt races. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I probably won't make this a thing just doing it for the I just wanted to do it for the T20 and the RE7B, and some people suggested doing it for the sports cars as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave it a like rating, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll hopefully see you all in my next video. See you later, guys.